Hello everyone, welcome to the Earth Archives. If you talk about the ancient civilization of Central America, I believe many friends will think of the Maya civilization. However, many friends are not clear about this ancient civilization. The more well-known ones are the calendar and the end of the world. Today I will briefly talk about it from history. Please subscribe to the program before it starts. If possible, please share it with your friends. Please take care of it. In the early 19th century, a fire burned brightly in the heart of a man named John Lloyd Stephens, an American travel writer with an insatiable curiosity for the unknown. This fascination was fixated on a legendary realm shrouded in mystery, the lost cities of the Maya. In 1839, at the age of 34, Stephens embarked on a daring expedition into the dense jungles of Central America, driven by a singular purpose: to unveil the remnants of a civilization that had flourished long before Columbus set foot on the New World. The Maya civilization, an extraordinary testament to human ingenuity, had thrived in isolation from the great cultures of Asia, Africa, and Europe for millennia. Known for its remarkable achievements in science, art, and architecture, the Maya had left behind whispers of their grandeur in the form of crumbling temples and intricate hieroglyphs, hidden deep within the tropical foliage. As centuries passed, their secrets lay buried, waiting for someone brave enough to seek them out. For many, the very name Maya had become synonymous with enigma and allure. With his mind set on adventure, Stephens teamed up with Frederick Catherwood, an English architect equally captivated by the mysteries of archaeology. Their partnership was forged in a shared passion, and together they prepared to delve into the unknown. On October 30, 1839, the duo arrived in Belize City on the Caribbean coast of the Yucatan Peninsula. Their arrival marked the beginning of a transformative journey. With the credentials of an American diplomat at his disposal, Stephens quickly ingratiated himself with local officials, gathering vital information that would guide them toward the legendary cities lost to time. It wasn't long before their relentless pursuit bore fruit. Guided by the whispers of local lore and the allure of adventure, Stephens and Catherwood ventured into the wilds, traversing rugged terrain and dense jungle. Their perseverance paid off when they stumbled upon the remarkable ruins of Copan, a city that had once been a thriving hub of Mayan culture. The sight of its grand structures, adorned with intricate carvings, left them in awe. This was not just a discovery, it was a resurrection of history. Through their tireless efforts, Stephens and Catherwood revealed a civilization that had endured for centuries, its secrets now surfacing to astonish the modern world. The enigmatic Maya, secrets of a lost civilization deep within the verdant jungles of Central America, lies a tale woven through time, a narrative that unfolds beneath the dense canopy where sunlight struggles to break through. This is the realm of the Maya, a civilization that thrived amidst the wilderness, its achievements rising like the majestic temples that dot the landscape. But how did this ancient society cultivate such remarkable advancements in a world seemingly isolated from the rest? What secrets did the Maya hold in their daily lives, their religious beliefs, and the mysterious rituals that defined their culture? As we journey into the depths of the jungle, we will unearth the history that has transcended a millennium, revealing the unique identity of the Maya people. The Maya civilization was anything but expansive in territory, yet their influence loomed large across the ages. Nestled primarily within the Yucatan Peninsula, encompassing about 197,600 square kilometers, and extending into the mountainous regions to the south, the domain was a tapestry of lush landscapes and intricate ecosystems. Here, three significant lakes nestled within the southern highlands brimmed with life, providing an abundance of water that nourished the surrounding valleys and forests. It was in these vibrant jungles that jaguars prowled, deer grazed, and wild boars foraged, an environment ripe for survival and exploration. For centuries, the Maya hunted and cultivated the land, with corn and beans serving as their staple crops. The fertile soil and rich biodiversity allowed them to flourish, as they also gathered fruits from breadfruit trees, cacao beans, and cassava to complement their diet. These natural resources were not merely sustenance. They formed the backbone of a civilization that would reach unparalleled heights, spreading both south and north as their communities evolved and expanded. As the Maya constructed their societies, they carved out grand edifices from the limestone abundant in their region. Towering pyramids, majestic temples, and expansive plazas emerged from the earth, reflecting both their devotion to the gods and their connection to the land itself. The interplay of spirituality and architecture was evident in every stone laid. The Maya were fervent in their worship, and their monumental structures bore witness to this deep reverence. The ease of quarrying limestone allowed them to shape their visions into reality, creating intricate designs that spoke of their artistic prowess and dedication. Yet, the landscape of the Yucatan Peninsula was not ideally suited for agriculture or livestock, unlike other ancient civilizations that thrived on domesticated animals. The Maya did not cultivate herds. Instead, they relied on their extensive knowledge of the land and its rhythms. Their farming techniques, rooted in ancient practices, involved the primitive yet effective methods of slash-and-burn agriculture, allowing them to extract sustenance from the soil without over-exploiting it. This careful balance provided them with a relative independence that fostered a unique development of culture, insulated from the external influences that often plagued other societies. In this secluded haven, the Maya cultivated a stable civilization. Even as foreign powers gazed longingly upon their wealth, the thick jungles acted as a natural barrier against invasion. Attempts by outsiders to penetrate Maya territory were often thwarted by the very environment that nurtured the civilization. It was in these conditions that the Maya managed to flourish, evolving a culture rich in mythology, artistry, and complexity. The Secrets of the Olmec, Unveiling the Roots of Mesoamerican Civilization. The year was 1938 when the Mexican Archaeological Society assembled a dedicated team, driven by a singular mission: to explore the ancient ruins of a civilization that had long since vanished into the annals of history. Excitement rippled through the ranks of archaeologists as they continued their search, ultimately leading them to the shores of the Gulf of Mexico, where two major sites were unearthed, La Venta and Tres Zapotes. According to their findings, these locations boasted the earliest signs of a sophisticated civilization, dating back to at least 1300 BCE. The Olmec civilization, as it would come to be known, emerged from the depths of history as the first recognized culture in the Americas, its influence reaching far beyond the borders of Mexico. 2 decades later, another significant site, San Lorenzo, was discovered, solidifying the understanding that these three locations were all part of the same remarkable civilization. The Olmec were not just the architects of their immediate surroundings. They were the progenitors of cultural and artistic traditions that would ripple through the fabric of Mesoamerican societies for centuries to come. As the earliest civilization of Central America, the Olmec left behind a legacy of innovation that would inform future cultures, including the illustrious Maya and the formidable Aztecs. As the excavations progressed, the architectural achievements of the Olmec civilization revealed themselves in stunning detail. The ceremonial center of La Venta emerged as one of the earliest religious hubs in Mesoamerica, boasting large towns, monumental pyramid-like temples, and striking jade sculptures that adorned expansive plazas. Among the most captivating discoveries were the colossal heads carved from basalt, some reaching heights of over 3 meters and weighing in at over 30 tons. These magnificent representations, skillfully crafted, featured distinct facial features that sparked debates and inspired awe among scholars and laypeople alike. The significance of these stone heads transcended their sheer size. They were imbued with a sense of identity and purpose. With broad noses, full lips, and topped with peculiar helmets, each sculpture seemed to speak of a long-lost culture, one that wielded a profound understanding of artistry and societal organization. The Olmec heads, with their commanding presence, were not just artistic triumphs, they were a reflection of the societal structures that enabled such monumental work. The creation of these masterpieces required meticulous planning, vast resources, and a well-organized workforce, indicating a society that had developed intricate social hierarchies and specialized roles. The transportation of these massive stone blocks from distant mountains, hundreds of miles away, stands as a testament to the ingenuity and determination of the Olmec people. The feat itself was monumental. It showcased not only their advanced understanding of logistics but also the wealth of resources and labor available to them at that time. Social stratification began to emerge, with distinct classes of leaders, priests, farmers, and artisans forming a complex societal framework that would later be mirrored in their descendants' civilizations. Yet, the allure of the Olmec civilization continues to deepen with the passage of time. Scholars speculate about the identities of the figures portrayed in the stone heads. Some argue they represent Olmec leaders, while others suggest they may depict extraterrestrial visitors, as certain features evoke images of otherworldly beings. Interestingly, the faces carved into stone exhibit traits reminiscent of African features, an uncanny resemblance that further fuels the mystery, given the geographical separations of these cultures. As the archaeologists pieced together the fragmented narrative of the Olmecs, they uncovered insights into their societal structure. The creation of such massive sculptures hinted at a sophisticated social hierarchy, where labor was organized, and resources were abundant. The process of transporting the colossal stones from distant quarries was a monumental feat, suggesting not only physical prowess but also an intricate system of governance and communal effort. In a dance with nature, the Olmecs turned the forest into fertile fields. Their staple crop, maize, became the backbone of their diet, sustaining a burgeoning population. With approximately 80% of their sustenance derived from maize, the Olmecs cultivated a robust agricultural system, enabling them to sustain vibrant urban centers. This agricultural cycle, spanning about 190 days, allowed for multiple harvests, providing the necessary surplus to support a diverse array of activities beyond mere survival. As their civilization flourished, the Olmecs erected an astonishing array of urban centers, over 2,500 settlements across the Yucatan Peninsula alone. These early cities, while modest in scale, bore the hallmarks of cultural sophistication. The architectural evolution from simple thatched structures to intricate stone edifices signified a profound leap in innovation. By around 1000 BCE, these urban landscapes began to take shape, a testament to the Olmec's burgeoning societal complexity and creativity. Influenced by their predecessors, particularly the Olmecs, the Maya civilization would rise to prominence, inheriting and adapting the architectural and cultural foundations laid before them. The grandeur of the Olmec pyramid temples and ceremonial ball courts left an indelible imprint on Maya construction, yet the Maya infused their own unique characteristics, pushing the boundaries of architectural design even further. The rise and fall of the Maya civilization, a tale of glory and decline in the vibrant heart of Mesoamerica. Between the years 250 and 900 AD, the Maya civilization reached its zenith. This era, marked by explosive population growth and monumental urban development, saw the emergence of vast city-states scattered across the Maya region. Dozens of large cities and hundreds of smaller ones flourished, interconnected by intricate alliances and occasional conflicts. These independent city-states, however, were less concerned with conquest than with their own advancement, focusing on cultural and infrastructural growth rather than mere plunder. The Maya employed primitive obsidian tools to construct massive edifices, a feat requiring immense human and material resources. This remarkable capability was rooted in their effective organizational structures and profound religious devotion. The fertile lands supported by advanced agricultural practices provided abundant resources, while lengthy agricultural off-seasons allowed labor to flow into city construction. Yet, The imposing temples and ceremonial centers primarily served the elite. The kings and priests wielded significant power, often at the expense of the common people. However, around 900 AD, the Maya mysteriously abandoned their central lowland territories, leaving countless cities in ruins and their towering pyramids silent. This abandonment coincided with the rise of the northern Yucatan region, where the Toltecs migrated southward, establishing their own flourishing cities like Chichen Itza. Despite adopting some external cultural influences, these cities retained distinctive Maya architectural styles, showcasing grand pyramids, ball courts, observatories, and monumental stone pillars, evidencing a blend of old traditions and new beginnings. The mass migration from the southern lowlands contributed to rising tensions in the north. As drought struck the region, the Maya faced severe food shortages, intensifying their worship of the serpent deity, symbolizing their desperation for divine assistance amid environmental chaos. This tumultuous period saw the priestly class's influence wane as new powers emerged, complicating societal dynamics. Wars and internal strife exacerbated the decline of the once mighty civilization, as Chichen Itza itself fell into decline a century after its peak. The scientific achievements of the Maya, particularly in mathematics, astronomy, and calendar making, began to emerge from the shadows of neglect. Their sophisticated understanding of mathematics, characterized by the unique concept of zero and of a decimal number system, was unparalleled in the ancient world. Their intricate calendar systems, comprising the Sokin, the sacred calendar, the Harb, the solar calendar, and the long count, a historical timeline, exemplified their deep connection to cosmic cycles. The Sokin, a 260-day ritual calendar composed of 20-day names and 13 numbers, bore resemblance to the Chinese sexagenary cycle, highlighting the Maya's sophisticated understanding of time and spirituality. Meanwhile, the Harb, consisting of 18 months of 20 days each, plus an additional 5 days of inauspiciousness, culminated in a 365-day year, reflecting their acute astronomical observations. The long count calendar allowed the Maya to trace expansive historical narratives across millennia, with cycles extending to over 63 million years. Additionally, they recognized the significance of the Venus cycle, calculating its period with astonishing accuracy despite lacking modern astronomical tools. The precise alignment of their architectural monuments with celestial events, such as solstices and equinoxes, illustrates a harmonious integration of their mathematical and astronomical knowledge into their urban landscapes, creating awe-inspiring sights that continue to captivate the imagination today. The architectural marvels of the Maya, characterized by their alignment to celestial bodies, remain as stunning testaments to their ingenuity. At sites like Uxmal, temples were meticulously oriented to capture the sun's rays at significant moments, creating dynamic light displays that echoed the rhythms of the universe. On equinoxes, shadows cast by architectural features formed serpentine shapes, symbolizing the arrival and departure of the rain god, further illustrating the deep interconnection between their beliefs, environment, and constructions. As agriculture flourished, the Maya established permanent settlements, allowing their spiritual beliefs to mature into a structured system. Gone were the days of simple nature worship. Now, the pantheon of gods expanded to include various entities, each representing different aspects of life and nature. This evolution gave rise to a class of priests tasked with interpreting divine will and conducting rituals, leading to a greater demand for impressive temples, colossal structures that echoed the devotion of their creators. In this era of polytheism, the gods became more fixed in form, embodying not just natural forces but also complex human experiences and emotions. The Maya's pantheon included a wealth of deities, creators, sun gods, moon goddesses, and the revered maize god, whose presence underscored the agricultural basis of their civilization. Each deity's narrative served to encapsulate the Maya's joys, sorrows, and aspirations, intertwining the divine with the mundane in a tapestry rich with meaning. As the Maya navigated their environment, the worship of specific gods waxed and waned. This god, known as Kukulkan, was not an original Maya creation, but a concept borrowed from the Toltecs during their reign over the Maya lands. The Toltec influence fused with local beliefs, giving birth to a god that transcended tribal boundaries, fostering unity among disparate communities. The adoration of Kukulkan, represented by the monumental pyramid that still stands in the Yucatan Peninsula, served as a symbol of hope and interconnectivity among the Maya peoples. Yet, as with all great civilizations, the Maya faced existential challenges. Overpopulation strained their agricultural practices, and the delicate balance of nature began to tilt. The diminishing yield of maize, the very foundation of their diet and culture, led to a crisis that was interpreted as divine wrath. In their desperation, they turned to increasingly elaborate rituals, often culminating in the shocking practice of human sacrifice. This grisly tradition, rooted in a deep-seated belief that blood could appease the gods, became a desperate bid to restore harmony between humanity and the divine. The intricate relationship between the Maya and their gods was a reflection of their reality, marked by both profound beauty and tragic despair. As the civilization reached its zenith, the fears of impending doom loomed larger, resulting in an alarming escalation in the frequency of sacrifices. The priests, custodians of faith, engaged in harrowing rituals to secure favor from the gods, believing that only through blood could they avert disaster. The zenith of Maya civilization began to falter around the 9th century, coinciding with a profound transformation driven by a series of droughts that ravaged their lands. The once thriving cities turned into echoes of their former glory, as societal structures crumbled under the weight of ecological collapse and relentless conflict. During this time, the specter of foreign invasion emerged, with the Toltecs invading and imposing their rule over the beleaguered Maya. With the rise of the Aztec Empire, the practice of sacrificial offerings intensified. The Maya, now embroiled in this culture of violence, engaged in wars to capture individuals for the sacrificial altar, perpetuating a cycle of bloodshed that would ultimately lead to their undoing. The arrival of Spanish colonizers marked the final chapter of this once magnificent civilization. With their arrival came the onslaught of conquest, leading to the systematic eradication of the Maya's cultural identity, their sacred texts burned, and their priests executed in a bid to obliterate their beliefs. Today, while remnants of the ancient Maya civilization persist in the form of archaeological sites and the continued existence of Maya descendants, the vibrant tapestry of their original culture has faded significantly. The echoes of their beliefs and practices, once vivid and profound, now whisper through a fragmented understanding of their past. Modern Maya communities, though resilient, grapple with the legacy of colonization and the dilution of their cultural heritage, living as a minority in lands that were once theirs.